Greetings and salutations. This is Froggy and Friends. Froggy, the Froggy. Okay, well,
Jeff
we were
is
just
just
chatting. Yeah, Jeff is not going to be at this session of Grit. We are just talking about Nathan watching some streams of Conan, the 2D20. It was the 2D20 system. Yep. And how they said it was like the most complicated version of D&D. It's not a version of D&D. Uh, it's it's just a really crunchy system, and personally, I really like that because of the personally, I get the realism, and my mind how it works is just kind of that's how I get immersed. But yeah, that was
good
not a
job.
good cover
Good
for
job.
the can.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay. So where we left off last time. So what I'm gonna say, like we were about 2 weeks into a down session, like a and then we kind of left off, and Jeff had a dream. Well, lo and behold, he woke up that next morning, and he had a one-on-one conversation with Thaddeus, and he kind of bitched out.
Bye.
And he heard the train, and
Wow.
so
Wow.
you kind of overheard in that conversation, mainly that he felt like he needed to go talk to Miss Laveau in person. So it's just going to be y'all.
Cool.
Let's see. So you've got about like 2 more weeks before the month is up, and we can totally still have more downtime longer than that if you'd like. Um, did you make any decisions on?
Sure. I'm gonna try making if I can. Mm, if I can make volatile spirits, yes. But at minimum, probably exploding liquor.
Well, remember the number of difficulty?
Mhm.
So like, I'm making this way easier for your materials because you've got a sugar daddy of Thaddeus. He's all about getting.
This goes back to what we were just talking about.
What were you guys talking about?
We were saying we should make a stream or a podcast called Dungeons and Baddies, and like we were talking about the acrylic nails and stuff, and the material girl, and then you said sugar daddy Thaddeus, and it just like all kind of fits in.
She's using a lot of we words.
You were a part of this conversation.
I don't know if you know, but I do crafting episodes, like where I paint the minis and I make stuff. Okay, sorry.
All right. All right.
We're gonna have a Giggletown USA
Mm.
today, I guess. Okay, so if you recall, he is really intellectual and he really enjoys the science. He's wondering about a lot of different things. So if you actually ask him for different things, we can roll and actually see what he's able to get you. But if you want to make it, that makes it a lot more fun because if you have any extra momentum, like for instance, like how many successes do you need to make the one that you want to make?
For the volatile, it's D3. So
3. So if you, for instance, got 2 extra, you might be able to add vicious to it. If it already has vicious, you can become vicious 2 or 3.
Area fearsome and incendiary 3. Incendiary.
All those flammable ones have fearsome. You're
All of them?
yes, and it's
Scary.
it's incendiary, so it goes past soak because it's burning them.
Fire.
Personally, I've got to look at the
It's scary as her.
fire.
That's right. We're
Yeah,
gonna
so-
talk about the front stuff.
So remember, you're gonna be rolling just the 2.
Okay.
But if you want to give me Doom or anything, like
What do you
okay. So
Yes.
Needs 3 successes.
so how many more Doom do you want to give me?
We have Kent in the background.
Yep, pretty much.
I do another dice, so
Just one? Okay.
yeah, make it work. If it explodes, then whatever.
Okay. And it's your alchemy.
What is it?
Yeah, we don't. The D6 is Jade not shooting her gun, so.
They're all for me.
All the bad. For me. I cannot find my pocket for some reason. I'll just put that right there. There we go. Ooh. 4 successes.
Awesome. So you actually have an extra momentum. So it should say some momentum spends.
Oh, we're at right here. Where does it say the momentum?
It should say, are you looking Skelos or the core rulebook? Core rulebook, okay. Should be maybe back,
Sweet.
possibly. No? Okay. So, the one, what were you making again?
Volatile spirits.
So is it vicious already?
It's got area, fearsome, and incendiary 3.
I'll let it be vicious with that extra momentum.
Oh, okay, I'll do that then.
So it's vicious once. If you roll a 5 or a 6, it will be 2 damage.
Yours.
Like that.
Expand.
Can I get?
Yeah.
I want to make more too, if I can.
If you want to, and we can be making multiple things, but just and I believe you are wanting to be making like a poison knife, so we can be working on that too. Some crafting check. And you possibly wanted to do some experimenting too.
Yeah.
Okay. So what?
Experiment.
Oh, let's see.
My
Maybe.
And then also, I did
men for a bit.
I can bring you back.
Pull out a needle.
So deadly.
So did
Tell me if this hurts.
did Miss Jade actually tell Thaddeus about Tent in more detail, or did you guys kind of leave that out?
I would have told him about it.
Okay, so he's like looking around the room, like on a kind of a regular basis. He just like like just the tracking, you can totally know like so that's that. Did you tell him what? Did everyone share what happened with the axe?
No, Tulok definitely didn't. If one of them slipped it out quietly, but Tulok would not have said anything because he wants to.
I'm too focused on my own thing.
He's a little bit scared.
Okay.
Too focused on it. If I have a ghost dog.
Okay.
I'm like,
Okay. Well, so did you ask for more information on it, or did you just say it?
I would have asked him if he knew anything about it, if there would have been like has he ever seen this before, anything he's ever studied or anything like that.
So this was all in that first 2-week period, all that, and I'm gonna say that you making that was in that beginning 2 weeks. Kind of describe what you're wanting to do with your experiments. Do you want to do something inside the building? Do you want to go out and do something, or
Well, I think obviously study. I'll probably be studying my blood, but I don't know how I can put that into a scene. But also, I probably want to fire up my Tesla gun for a little bit because it's got to warm up. It's just been sitting outside for a little bit.
well, and also you did really good rolls when you originally made that battery pack. So
And maybe get charged through it if it needs it.
so what are you wanting to? Because you've never fired it. You just made sure that it was gonna honestly, it's probably a good idea.
Go somewhere where no one's at.
And shoot it.
Yeah.
What would you like? What would you like?
Let's go
What would your target be?
I'm just gonna go like out wherever there's like a big rock and then put some bottles or something up there
Okay.
and just watch them. They're filled with sand or something and just
Okay.
shoot something.
Okay. So could you
Kill it.
take it'd be I gave you the stats for that, didn't I?
I think so. Oh. Here. Did I put it? I think you did. Maybe
I
not.
thought I did.
I have stats for my knife, my single shot Derringer. I don't think so.
I didn't? Okay. So, oh yeah, because it was all about the first time you really used it.
Let me see. When
Walking down there.
yeah, I'm not seeing anything written down.
Okay, cool. All right, so
I think it's
I want a rocket jetpack. A missile. Just kidding.
that's pretty ahead of the time.
Just like Boba Fett.
That last fight was really agitating. I'm like,
Disappointed.
beyond.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know, dude. That spin shot was pretty sick.
What about when he drops each looking at this random dude?
Oh, are you talking with Wait, has everybody seen? Wait, what about these people? I don't want to spoil.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
I don't know who we're talking
Boba
about. so
Fett.
it's fine.
Are you talking with Bane? Okay, no.
I mean, that
Yeah.
made me really
Upset.
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 Yeah.
But it's a good way to go.
He was,
He's still the fastest, but he got in too close. You know.
His heart monitor was still going.
yeah, did you see the little beeping?
Yeah.
I know, but he could have stayed.
Yeah.
I'm not getting my hopes.
Two.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
It was like 2 or 3 minutes.
But if that is the way he goes, it's not too bad.
Where did you go?
I was so, when I saw the silhouette walking in episode 5 or whatever, second to last,
I was
I
freaking.
was like, it's like in the arms. She's like, what?
Yep.
Who else was it?
About the Western.
And then when he looked up, and I was like,
It looked good too. I like.
Yeah, no, the way they cut it was like, well, okay.
I like. I watched like a bunch of videos of people watching it too, and I love how everybody's like, "Sheriff's dead." Everybody wants it.
At the end, you're like, oh, he's in the back of the tank. Oh, great, he's gonna be the RoboCop.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
That was disappointing.
You're right.
It was a disappointing end credit scene.
Yeah.
I was just like, why couldn't the Gamorreans survive?
Exactly.
I was like, come on, this is like this is like this is everything with Star Wars. Like,
I watched it with my sister on Wednesdays.
I thought you said I wish it was my sister.
No. I wish my sister fell off a cliff.
He's kidding. If you're watching.
Oh.
Oh, alright.
we'll never know.
It's fun. I guess whenever.
Okay, I want you to roll 5 of those d6s.
Thank you.
Tickle. Do you have 1s and 2s?
I have 1, 2.
And what's the other one?
3, 2 4s, and a 5.
So a 5 and a 2. So you have 3 shots
Nice.
with that charge to them.
Okay.
He was all.
Okay, I'm. So you're gonna. Are you doing now? Are you doing this during the day, dusk, or night?
During the day.
During the day. Okay. So it takes you a long time to set it up. I'm not gonna have you roll to do that because what's the fun if you had complications and the whole thing explodes and you lose your face?
So I
Yeah.
can sit now.
Okay. So
Old salespeople, you can't
Now- now I'll just put the neck out.
Oh my gosh.
It broke. It's over.
That's incredible.
The better that than by it. Okay.
That's
What is that?
That's an interesting battery type.
Well,
Like
it's
organic.
I actually looked the time frame of what the batteries were,
Mhm.
and they're like big cylinders, and it was really interesting. So like, well, then I kind of had this stupid nerd math on how many big canisters would possibly need, like then the level of
Mhm.
things. So you had it. It's in pieces, so it takes you a long
Mhm.
time to put it all together, and has power, and it's starting to like do a slight hum. And
Mhm.
now, as you see, there is a long sight, but it's totally hollow. There's no glass in it.
Cool.
Oh, I wonder what the range on the Tesla gun would be. So shoot
I guess
lightning.
we'll have to find out.
I can't wait to see what this shoots. Tulok's definitely going along for the ride.
I'm definitely taking aim at a bottle that I set up before turning it on because I'm not rich.
How far away are you putting it? Are you doing close, medium, or large, or long?
Medium.
Medium range. Okay, so you got it at medium range, and you're looking down that sight. And you're like, okay, and you like pull the triggers. And now, if you could roll me, you've got it's 2. I'll give you the option. You can actually use your science
Okay.
compared to your coordination and shooting.
Oh yes. So what's my science?
Science.
Where's my science? There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a little bit of
Don't do me dirty, please. Ooh. Okay, so I got a critical success and a fail.
And a complication.
Mhm.
And a
Well,
complication.
no. It's just a fail.
Okay, good. Because you needed
No complication.
Okay, you're and it starts the whole thing starts to kind of rattle,
Mhm.
and then and like a big, it's like a lightning bolt kind of arcs out and hits. And can you roll all 5 of those d6s for me?
I want to see it go boom.
Okay.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 3, 4.
So there's a 1.
A 1, 2, 3, 3, 4.
So the 3 and the 4 mean nothing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, damage wise, you get 5 damage dice, yes. But it has stun, it has escalation, it has bane.
Nice.
It also is
bottles.
it's cumbersome, it's vicious.
this thing is
You have to give me time.
If we were gonna stand off it now, I'm waiting to set that up and just vaporize it.
Okay, but now
Wait.
but
give me an hour.
but because of you firing at the medium range, you realize this is probably optimum at long range,
Mhm.
like farther away. And now pretty much, but it would be very difficult. It's
Yeah.
cumbersome, so you
Yeah.
cannot carry the thing.
Yeah.
Like it's
I have to set it up.
yeah, you have to set it up. And so remember, how many shots did you have?
3.
So you've
I have
got
2.
2 left. Now, also after you fired, you saw like a strange haze staying where it hit.
Like just like a smoke, or is it like a?
You can go look at it.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I but first. Oh yeah, first point the gun round, and then go. Okay.
Okay. All right, so you're. I'll have you roll. Let's see. You could roll like a science, and then if you guys want to help, you could actually do like an observation or an insight, something like that.
Don't we just roll one?
Yes, just a single.
Okay.
Science versus what?
My observation's a 2.
Like what?
Just
What was it?
science and intelligence, yeah.
Okay.
I would-
We
Yeah, but what are you? What's
Is that a 9? That's 2 successes.
okay? So you've got 2 successes. Cool. What are you trying to ask? Like what part of your brain head are you trying to use?
Observation, because I'm just trying to see what it is.
Okay.
See, because I've never seen any kind of contraption like this, so I want to learn as much.
You're looking at kind of where the haze hit. So your observation. So what do you think?
same thing.
So let's have it a different one.
Okay.
This is gonna work.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
this is have that theory. I'm like, what?
Honestly, it was pretty flippin' terrifying. Somehow this guy just shot lightning. Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool.
And you do smell burnt ozone. And the bottle it hit it like melted down.
Warfare? Because I'm trying to like,
I'm gonna take a look.
I'm actually thinking of taking warfare out of the big list, but you can use it since you have like skills in it.
okay, let's still
Yeah.
pretty.
All right.
Super cool.
Easy answer.
I see this.
You like that?
Very cool.
I got 1 success.
I got 1 success.
Okay, so you have 4 successes total.
Yeah.
All of you definitely kind of see something very similar to when you saw something splatter blood into nothingness. But there's a haze and it's
Can do that.
yeah, but it's looking, but it's like it's not complete. It was like almost like it was aimed in the wrong place or something like that. it just is missing something.
I'm gonna pull up my glass.
And you look through the haze.
Cigarette.
You-
I was like,
Just
Cool.
I tell my people to sit there and they shoot at you got this.
It's like, cool.
last time I'm coming.
Yeah.
You're gonna look through the
Enough.
monocle that none of them know about yet, still, because you haven't shared that.
If they'll see me, whatever. I'm just
Okay, so you're looking, and it's really strange because like when I say haze, it kind of there's just an area that looks a little bit milkier than it should. Like you can kind of look, it's like a two-dimensional thing in a three-dimensional space. And then you're looking at it and it has all these different, when you look through your monocle, it's a whole bunch of different colors. But when you don't, it's like you see possibility.
All the possible.
Good shape. Okay.
Hey, wait. You got bad eyesight too?
Terrible.
Flipping cool.
I can't see red. That's why it's
Is that thing like portable on future missions?
He had it with you
It's,
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost killed the donkey.
Yeah, reverse.
That's why he had.
I remember though I had another donkey.
That's why he had the donkeys. But y'all didn't.
But it takes 20 minutes to set up.
Minimum.
Oh, so because we were ambushed.
Yeah, no,
it's
like because the graveyard we forgot, and then I was like,
Great job.
It's like highlight of that whole thing. We're all
"Wait, no, he doesn't already."
I can't like.
I had to use a fortune for that.
Are you guys forgetting something? Do you guys want to go to the graveyard?
You're hired for. Guys,
Yeah.
Ground's burnt to the ground. We get up the next morning. We're like,
we just walk out the building. Oh.
Actually, you have a feeling the repercussions to that town were because of you guys. Oh no, they would have just taken what they wanted.
killing everybody. So everybody's.
Enjoy that on your conscience.
So how would I go about charging my packs?
You're not.
'Cause I know it's rare.
You know how to test it on anymore? Okay.
I'm saving my shots.
Okay.
You can second charge it somehow.
You can definitely do some more. I guess you could do some more like science crafting to actually make some more batteries.
Shoot it.
To actually,
Could I talk to Thaddeus about getting some?
well, you kind of makeshifted something super
Okay.
potent. Like, do you have any ideas on how you could charge it? Like,
Plug it into the outlet. Don't know.
well, you could start thinking about it. How's that?
Yeah.
Like for instance, you could look
I would
into
think
like
maybe-
a steam powered something.
Yeah, or like man cranked or something.
Yeah.
Just hey, shut your something. I could have him crank it for me.
Sure.
I make a little bike.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay, so this probably would have been the first 2 weeks as well. So this is kind of, you're still experimenting, making. In all reality, like you've got more than enough time. You could probably just stuff. If it's feasible, you can be carrying it. You probably have the ability to have it.
Okay.
Into your next mission or whatever. So, what would you like to do?
Get some new clothes.
Okay. Are you talking to Thaddeus about it, or are you going to go through the town?
Well, I'll ask Thaddeus first and see if he's just willing to provide any funds or if he has good clothes / armor.
Wait, have we gotten
And then
Did we get paid for
Winslow gets sent to go get his
that?
boots on.
Well,
Oh, nice.
Oh, you're
wait,
payment person?
you know you have to eat charm. You can get whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
fight for what you want. I just have to.
Uh,
Intimidation is.
it's not her personality. It's not her personality. It'd just be persuasion.
It's mind limiting.
Persuade.
My-
Oh, it's a 10 with a focus of 1, so it's like.
So, uh, so this really old guy.
Like, it's like the guy off of the Sherlock Holmes where he takes forever to get in the room.
Yep. This really old guy comes in, and then this really bright and bubbly girl comes in, like walking after him, like her timing, like she works with him, so she knows how long it takes.
Oh,
So she took her time.
Go get coffee. I'll meet you there.
But she's got like a kind of like a cart behind her with all these different fabrics and stuff like that.
Okay.
Is
Is there any way to get some with armor soap of any kind?
well, all of what you're getting is a single
Okay.
soak.
That's what I already have, so that's perfect.
Yes, because all this is going to be heavy clothing.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. So he starts like, do you want to do this in your room? Probably.
Well, Jade, are you still going to help pick out? Because I don't have just like a cowboy. If not, I'm going to take them to my room. But otherwise, we do it at the saloon thing,
Yeah.
like in the open area. All right.
Okay. And Thaddeus he's still in that awkward phase between you two, so he's just like, okay. So it takes him forever to go up the steps, and he's like kind of like pointing his head like away.
He could stay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's really quiet in the room too, so we just hear him going up the stairs. Like,
And every single step, you hear all the different noises that actually come from his body, and then his cane. Oh. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay. And the old guy starts measuring, but that girl actually kind of pushes him aside and then gets a little too close to you.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm upstairs watching these.
I'm totally not like saying a word. I'm just like looking at Jade.
Yeah, so the old guy's like lifting up your arm, and then she's like taking your hand and like slowly, and she's like slowly taking the measuring tape.
Tupac's he's probably the physically strongest on the group, so yeah, she likes what she does.
And so like
sure, the last one.
yeah, so she actually like does the measurement here, and like there's a little bit too much about himself. Yeah, it's almost like you feeling like a hug. And the old guy has like really thick.
He has no idea.
He's like
He's like so focused on his work.
he's like, oh, okay. He's like, he just lets her measure, and she's like saying the measurements in a really it's a lot of innuendo, trying to be to you, and you're definitely
I'm like,
I want to be from the top, like as a like kind of like a loud whisper, but everybody hears it. I'm like, she's cute. And then I like sneak back into my room.
sitting at the bar. Like,
Jade, why are you leaving on the next picture?
couple weeks.
And then that's it. Jeremiah comes out, looks down, and he actually has like a full suit, like full body robe. And he's like, hold this cigar. Let him enjoy that. And so you didn't notice her before, but then she like starts looking you in the eyes. She has one bright blue eye and then a bright green eye.
Whoa.
Yep. And
Talk's interested by that.
yep. And then you did notice that she was totally buttoned up for not now.
Oh,
Yeah.
You didn't hear me. I come down the stairs. I'm leaning on it just for the drink.
It's like, I'm like,
You can hear the clink. You
Enjoying this for too long.
can hear the clink in my eyes.
I just dropped the dice. I'll find it.
All right. Excuse me for a sec. I'm gonna use some of these. She's really trying to.
That's my willpower.
Your will.
Is
I don't think I have
No, it would be discipline.
Oh, what?
I'll
Yeah. No, we can do it.
You can do a discipline roll to see if you can actually.
Just don't fail me now.
Tulak like a darker skin?
Oh yeah, he's half Indian.
I want to say. I'm like, so tell me, Fräulein, do you like your beards a little dark?
I want to be right.
Diversity in your
A
beverage.
lot of cultural.
2 successes. Hope that wasn't.
She actually rolled a whole bunch more than that, but
You are seduced. You are seduced.
so this
She didn't respond.
so all that means is like she was like you totally know what she's wanting from you.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's wanting extra attention, and she's more than willing to make your outfit probably better. So
Oh,
yeah,
well, I wouldn't know what my social skills are if I could
As long
leave
as-
it like that.
no, you don't.
You go too well.
Now we can just go to a obscure role playing session.
Okay.
So you don't have to do rolling, but I wanted you to be like, so you're like inside, you're like,
Everybody's
Yeah.
picking up on it except for him.
yeah, it took him a while.
She said
It's just really nice. I'm so like, you.
Yeah, you're blushing like,
Okay.
yeah,
But-
especially when she gets to the end scene.
Noise.
Yes.
Can he do it?
oh man can't even hear you. Yeah, you should take your best guess. At this point.
Okay, so now the old guy starts he starts like showing the different fabrics, and like she like brings you over to him. It's like kind of like arm in arm with you, like that's awkward stuff. You're like, is this anyways?
Is this?
Yep. Yep.
Super sorry.
He's like, wow, what? This is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's like the people world.
So this is kind of so whatever your kind of
Okay.
so yeah.
Well, originally you said that you were going to help with this. Do you want to? Or you want me to? How you got this?
I'm just doing this.
It's like we're getting into it.
Yeah.
Just a feather.
Great. And Winslow like is pouring you drinks or whatever.
I'd ask Jade to come home.
Jake,
Jade, what's a drink for you? Come over here.
So
I've been putting business to this evening. Jade, I have a drink over here.
I'll be there in just a second. I step over and I'm like, what do you want?
can you help me figure out what to wear? Like trying to get the other girl like on my arm.
she's like sort of like whispering in your ear, like, so what's your name?
My name is Tulok.
Oh, that's
I'm just like, now I'm chit-chatting with the old man. I'm like, now you're saying,
Jade, this is hilarious.
have a drink.
hold on. I'm like, which one do you like?
I think you should ask her. She knows what she's talking about.
I mean, she's like, this one feels you can't feel it there. It's like unbuttoned, so you can.
I can change on my own. Thank you.
So you
Trust me, I feel.
Young love.
So anyway,
What shirt should I get, Jay? Which I hold.
I wonder what color she'll be.
Probably a black shirt, I would think. What do you think?
Probably Jade.
Yeah, Jay.
it would be, yeah, I would say black or like,
With
yeah,
riding pants. I was thinking tan riding pants.
yeah.
And then a black cowboy hat.
Okay.
And then a belt, but I would customize the belt so that one side has room for my 6-shooter, and the other side has the axe.
need a new belt.
Like a
Just go make it.
Because I don't have a belt currently. I have a belt for my other outfit, but I don't have one. It's like
You have this.
I'm like,
You had your dad and it's for yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this is what when you have a shooting rig, it goes over top.
right.
Yeah. So
If you
this
just
thing
go
over
over,
top.
it's just gonna be like-
yeah.
I just didn't know if like it was allowed with the style or because it's a different costume now or whatever. Okay, so yeah, but I would just keep that same one then.
Okay. And so honestly, the buckskin jacket you have, you can always wear that. Yeah. You can keep all that. The thing is also, this is going to be way more comfortable for you. It's not going to be as hot.
Yeah.
Because you were wearing buckskin.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, yeah.
You're probably nasty sweaty all the time.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Yeah, and she's not like acting that way, but like starts like offering oh, I've got an awesome bath at my place.
do you?
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. Everyone loves a good guy.
It's getting beyond awkward now. It'll be like the old guy is just kind of writing stuff. He's starting to meander around the room, thinking Thaddeus is somewhere, and he's like lost in the room. It's
Over here, kind sir.
And so like you've got this old guy like walking probably like 30 some feet away from you. You've got Jade and them kind of laughing, and then it's Europe, and this very Lucy. You're thinking that, but she's really into you, like way too much. So,
Tulok, he would not know what to do. He's gonna be completely like shell shocked. Like, please let me go into combat. Let me do anything else with this.
can I fight her?
I want to offer him a drink, but what are the strongest ones I have?
don't you? You just kind of walk over. And,
Yeah, they like.
Okay.
And I just walk away before he can give it back.
You're like,
Okay. It burns the whole time, but then like the heat, and then like once it hits your gut, it's instantaneous warmth over your entire body, like warmer than you already were, and then it like cools down. You're actually got like 2 levels chiller,
Oh, good.
and you're just like,
This isn't as bad as it's gonna be.
which was
so I'm gonna kind of consider that like he gave you pretty much like 3 shots of like really really strong whiskey. So I'm gonna say if you do another discipline check, because it was your first hit of that, you don't have extra courage. You have less discipline. So,
Yeah, it's all right. Well, we
Yeah.
don't need any more than
Is
this bad?
I know it's pretty nice.
She's talking about like how she like has like fresh lavender and stuff for different things, and yeah.
Interesting.
And she's actually starting to ask you about like where you're from and stuff like that, like
Okay.
actual.
I would be vague. I would tell her that I'm from the north.
one word answers.
And well, then you start finding out that she hasn't really been a whole bunch of places like northern Arizona. Like where are you talking? Yeah.
I'm from
30 minutes.
the snow where there are deer larger than horses.
I've only seen snow a few times in my life, and then her eyes like brighten up, like just talking about that.
Yeah, there are lots of fine women like me up there.
Finally, like you.
My race.
Like when you say that, it just kind of like
Drop hints.
it almost like hurts what you said.
I offer her a drink. I go, sorry about that.
He's not very good.
It's not as heavy as it is.
It's not him
I've
talking.
got them all. I've just got like a tap.
Yeah, he's behind the bar now.
See, Dick becomes the tender.
I'm like in a whole different outfit.
Like little hearts. Like ceiling on crochet hearts.
Winslow,
He's been drinking with you guys because he's actually he's like you're kind of getting the gist. Like
He's getting the strong stuff. I give
he's
you.
just like drinking with you guys. You're kind of getting the feel. He's been done. Now he's actually just starting to kind of enjoy different things. And then she says that her name is Lily, and then
Okay.
she like tells too many times kind of where you could find her.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
where she lives,
Yep, like where she lives.
Okay.
where she hangs out, who her
Yep.
friends are.
After that last time I heard her, we're not trying to be rude anymore. Now
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be friendly.
Okay, and so they've got the measurements, and it'll be just like 2-3 days.
Okay.
So you said a black shirt, tan pants,
Mm-hmm.
and
Black cowboy hat, and maybe a bandana or two for my neck.
okay, what color? Just different colors.
This red or blue probably. What do you think? Yeah, red or blue.
Red, blue, green, purple. I mean, you could do any color because your
Yeah.
outfit's super neutral.
Well, I don't want to do purple because Jeremiah has purple. But
His is almost, it looks black, but once the light hits it, it becomes purple.
That's dark. Midnight.
So
Very cool.
all right, so and I'm just gonna kind of skip away ahead to those 2 days. She brings it in these boxes that with this really nice bow, of course,
Okay.
with a little card against reminding about your program.
Hello.
And you open it up, all of them have been hand embroidered with a lily.
Aw,
Yeah, like
that's sweet.
yeah, it's just like different, like here, like so next to the buttons.
She's the best.
Yeah.
Introduce me.
And then also your kerchiefs and stuff, like it's actually all of them are lilies that she's like
Oh,
hand laid there.
That's sweet. I'm gonna send her a personal thank you card.
you should hand deliver it too.
Get well soon.
And then there's like a little it definitely smelled like her perfume.
Okay.
And so all those were the hand embroidered ones. So you still have the same armor soak.
Okay.
But all of them have been, they're really good quality. And when you put the pants on, they kind of make you look too good.
Oh no.
That'll be great for riding long distances on horseback.
Actually, it feels way better. It
Yeah.
prevents chafing.
Oh, that'll be nice actually. Yeah.
But you look good. It's just not good for Lily.
It's what Nacho Libre.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's got the. I
Okay, so
He's got the boots.
you experiment with the lightning gun. So
I would ask Thaddeus if he learned anything else about the axe. I wouldn't tell him what happened, but I would ask if he knew anything else about the axe.
not really. There's not much information at all. So especially that this is the first time you've actually talked to me about the axe in all reality. So
He's like,
yeah, but what is there something I need to know?
When I throw it, I can summon it back to me.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, I would demonstrate. I'd throw it.
Okay, he's
in his office, it's like the door.
Yeah, well, I would throw it
Through the wall where you can see.
yeah. Okay. So he's astounded.
and then I sort of summon it back, and then I set it on the bar, and I cross my arms, and then it does a little spin maneuver and drops back on the bar. Like nothing crazy, but just enough to show him that it's like that. And I grab it. I'm like, "You ever seen anything like this before?" And I put it right back in my belt.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I think the Lily would be impressed.
You should show that to Lily.
Where'd she at?
She told you where she's at.
She'd been there when the people shoot
You weren't there when the goose.
What you talking about?
So he had, now that he actually has information, he has possible direction. Astounding made notes. He didn't touch the axe at all, but he did rough sketches. He actually asked Jade to draw it for him. So yeah, you've been experimenting.
I want to one night, if I
Yep.
can, get Thaddeus and maybe Winslow if he's not drunk, and I want to test summoning
He's not.
You want to test summoning?
Mhm.
Okay.
with them there because they probably know a little bit more than me about this.
Okay. And you have been hearing Boone kind of groan every once in a while, but there was another individual that came and started helping him. And
Okay.
So,
Excuse me.
so
Did you want Tulok or anybody else there with you?
That's up to you. It's gonna be like late at midnight, so if you guys see me,
I could be there if you need me. But if you didn't invite him, then he's just not gonna be there.
Yeah, I would be there just because I
I
know
would really
Steve.
talk to Thaddeus.
okay, about it.
But like, yeah, but like they could hear it. Like I'm not trying to.
Okay, so you're
Then
gonna
I would be there.
so you can attempt. So, what did I tell you how you can actually do it?
Was it resolve or vigor? I would have to get rid of.
Well, being that this is like
Sacrifice.
this is the touched version, it's actually vigor. So you're actually like the best way is actually if you take a wound.
Okay,
But if
I'm
you're
just trying to do a small.
if you're trying to do an experiment, you could this is it's going to be interesting.
I just have him.
I need more vigor.
What?
I don't have a lot of vigor.
Yeah, I know. You can take 2 vigor damage, and the vigor is gonna heal back up.
yeah.
And you kind of where would you do the laceration on yourself?
Probably just like on my hand.
On
Like
the
a
palm,
yeah.
which is pretty awkward. So you somehow try to do it like a knife in your
And then
hand.
I still got my.
You have a
It's
process,
like this, so I just have to
Okay. and then so
hopefully not cut too deep.
it's bleeding. So it's bleeding enough,
Mhm.
and then so you throw it up in the air. So if you could actually roll your 2 dice, and it's going to be sorcery.
Where's my sorcery? Hey, that's not bad. Which is
Does it look like a dice?
crap. One success and a critical thing. Complication.
Okay. You're like you're doing this, and
Great
it
timing.
like splatters, and it splatters, and it looks like it splattered onto a wall, and then you hear and something starts and you're hearing ripping fabric and like stones like being crushed together.
Yeah, axe
Yeah.
out.
And then as something starts reaching out, you're like, what the heck is that? It's about the size of a child's hand. It's like, and it's like an elongated face, and it's like,
Cedric, tell me what to do.
Yeah, I'm like,
and are you just kind of watching it happen?
Yeah, I have my hand up like this to them. I'm just looking.
Okay.
got like both.
I would have squat down.
So you have you have your hand kind of out that you had, and it goes up to your hand and just starts really awkwardly like licking. It just wants the thing that's off, and its tongue is like going out like 8 to 10.
I turn back. I see it face me.
But then it sees that there's other people around, and its eyes. It's like,
Send it back. Send it back.
you didn't have enough momentum to control it. Yeah. And so now it grabs a hold of your hand and just bites into your wrist. Like bites
I'm just looking at it.
Just
You don't want us to kill
I look and go. Go ahead.
He gave us the go ahead.
okay, you just took 4 resolve.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
So resolve.
You'll shoot first.
No, I'm sorry. Vigor. Yeah, vigor. Because it bit your kidney.
Nice.
Okay. I gotta remember.
And actually,
Let's do dice for this, right?
just one second. Yeah, you for the first time you actually you hear a and the thing's head fall down.
Jeremiah?
No.
Oh.
Daddy?
Then you see
Winslow?
Thaddeus putting his cane back together. Yeah.
I'm gonna put my axe in my belt and clap Thaddeus on the arm like this.
You grab his left arm that
Oh, it's still- it's a good one.
it was you're like he didn't it didn't look like he stepped or anything. It just and then there was no blood that went anywhere, but you just hear the and then a back.
Yeah, put my.
I'm wrapping them.
Now we sync with
You just remember you just got bit again.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be doing another discipline at night.
Okay.
He's like,
I say thank you, Thaddeus. I have more research to do, obviously.
Yeah, but enough. You also have that the crack is going in. It's like opening and shutting kind of.
I think
But you have a ghoul corpse at the moment.
You gonna throw it away or?
I'm gonna study it.
I do want to study it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does the crack stay open if I take it?
No.
Someone on watch.
Yeah. So it's if you so as you're bringing the corpse away, it starts closing up, and then where you threw your blood exactly, it
Mhm.
looks like there's black smoke and it disappears.
Hey, cool.
wonderful.
So you have seems like a child ghoul corpse. It's great.
Let me note that down. Shot of a Google corpse.
And you got bit again.
Yes.
By the end of this campaign, he's gonna.
I'm gonna be dead. I'm already almost dead.
Now your vigor is gonna heal back up.
Okay.
So like
It just barely. Right there. It was like hand bites.
yeah. But you kind of get more of you get more of a feeling like if it would have been more damage to you, or if you would have had momentum, you could have spent momentum to have control over it.
Mhm.
In all reality, you just brought something from another
That's why I
place.
had that.
Yeah, yeah. And Winslow just looked pale. The Caffers are right here. He was like, I hate everything.
I bring the corpse into that. I have a table, I think.
Yeah.
Like one of those retractable.
Okay, so you're starting to study it.
Mhm.
Hopefully you lock it down in case it comes back to life.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so now the Thaddeus is really intrigued about this, so he's going to be
With me.
and you guys are going to be writing notes on your new find, I guess.
Can't wait for
Cool.
Friedrich to come back.
He's like, what?
He walks in and they have like a small child who
Corpse?
hello. This
And it doesn't look exactly like the other ones did. So it looks more animalistic in its face. Now let's see. And Miss Jade, the following morning with your pancakes and mimosa, of course, there's another note asking, yeah, yeah, asking.
I just imagine he gets something from
Lily.
Lily. You get something, and I'm just like,
You're a ghoul child.
yeah, I have this ultra. I have him sitting down there with me. He's just so.
You're like so.
You want to? I pour a little bit. It's just.
That's about yourself.
I feel like I have a son. Why me?
You look like
I am gonna point out that you have a corpse.
I know.
Hey yo.
This is what you would do. Like,
Small
okay,
child. Little child.
time to battle. Possibly.
down. He's ill-tempered.
Oh, how?
It's a baseball fan. Do I need a discipline roll since it's the morning?
Yes, roll me a discipline.
Wow.
So something that I would want to do in my downtime.
I'm gonna give you some doom.
Okay, how much?
How many successes do I need?
I'm gonna look that up quick because I actually wrote it down because of.
I might die.
Oh no.
Come back. Me and my ghoul child can be one.
We'll be together again.
You're gonna need
2 successes. How much doom would I give you if I did one more? Just another.
Yeah. You don't want to die.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I don't want you to die.
What is it? Discipline?
Yes.
He's like 4 failures.
So 2 critical successes,
4 foot.
1 regular success, and a failure.
Like a
20.
Okay,
So I got 2 ones,
So you have
12, and a 19.
So you have five.
Successes.
You have 5 successes. You only needed the 2, so you actually have 3 momentum at the moment.
Nice.
Now with that,
I'm eating my ghoul child.
I'm bringing it back.
I wake up.
okay, so with that, I'd actually put it as I'm gonna put it as I'm gonna kind of null and void the momentum, but you're building a tolerance, so you only need 1 success.
Ooh.
So just write down for your next ghoul bite.
It's gonna be a big one. Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I might just be studying and he wakes up and then dies again. I'm like,
Now you're down.
okay.
On my downtime, I would want to get a like custom belt because I'm carrying two pistols, so I have 2 belts on my
Names for him.
So I would really like if I could get a custom belt where like I had 2 on my hips and then maybe like the other pistols like lower on my thighs, like, or I guess if I needed a
Where do you want? Okay, now are you regular draw or cross draw?
she can do both. So, but they're she has regular.
So, because the now the peacemakers are going to be they're larger than they're not as long as the navies.
Yeah.
So the navies you
Navies are
probably
long.
have those are probably your regulars.
Yeah.
So they can be on your side, or you could actually however you want it rigged up, and you like however you want to handle it. If you want to actually go around town asking it, or you could ask Thaddeus about if he has somebody.
I would probably try to go around town because I wouldn't want to feel like I'm just like manipulating.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna be like wandering around.
Okay, so you find you find like a kind of like a guy that works on saddles and stuff like that, and he's like, it's a lot of firepower.
It's like
So why did you get all that firepower?
Yeah, and so but he sets it up and it does take a little while, but he pretty much modifying 2 belts together, and it does cost quite a bit, so it pretty much $25. Yeah. And you guys do get paid like per month pretty much,
Okay.
about $30.
so at $5.
Wait,
No,
what does
he's
that mean?
skill a lot, so he probably got more.
What is that in like?
What was that?
So I only have $8.
That's 8 gold,
8
so
gold.
that's like 80.
Oh,
Rich.
cha-ching.
Oh yeah, that means I have to. Like,
Yeah, but we can. Yeah. Okay. And then now within your you'll note he was asking he was hoping that you had fun the date you guys had, and then he asks if you would like to go on another one, specifying that you can actually just to make sure that you'd enjoy it, you can actually kind of set up what you're kind of wanting.
I'm just in the corner.
And then
Just
also
watching.
after you open it up, you see there's a pendant, and
You should do that. You should. I think it'd be really funny. I think it'd be really funny.
I don't know how we'd set that up. Like, I'm like, hey, you want to bring your little friends, but then bring you along too, and you're like,
I was dressed up as the waiter, and I have my like mustache sprayed a different color. It's obvious, but I act like it's not.
you're carrying the tray on your like,
Robot.
yeah, and so you can't like feel the weight, so you're like,
I just send you what it looks like, but it's actually your favorite flowers painted in it.
oh,
Yeah. And it actually says that like you had noticed that Thaddeus was in his room a lot, and you're guessing that he actually did that. Like he painted it himself. So
sweet.
Is Lily getting you?
Clothes with a lily on them.
yeah.
And anything else I'm
Getting
getting?
small little children.
Yeah.
Small, you've got
You guys wake up and I have like 5. They're all on leash. A leash. Yeah. They're like in vegetables.
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your heart. Finish your heart.
So he and he,
Finish your small bowel.
he did specify the night that the date is. He did set up a kind of a sanctioned bare knuckle boxing match to watch. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna watch it.
Okay.
Bare knuckle fight. Heck yeah.
Because that's old school boxing. And
I would die in one punch.
okay, so
Totally go with it on this.
later that day, the saloon doors kind of get kicked in, and a guy walks through, having to duck his head. So that's 7 foot, and he's ducking his head. He's got a really long beard, long hair, and it's got like weird looking beads in it and braids. He's got a bandage on his right arm, and he just tosses something to the table, and it's like a severed boar head.
Oh wow.
It was boring when he starts stomping up steps.
Wait,
And he's got a big something wrapped tied on his back.
Like a weapon type of
Wait,
stuff?
like in the hotel?
just like some dude, not like.
Just a really big dude. Looks,
Presumably Thaddeus' employee.
yeah, and he's got like tats. He's got a lot of tattoos where you can see on his arms, and you can see something like there. And he's walking up. Oh, put in consideration, he's about probably 7'2", like 300 pounds, and he's just
Muscle.
he's muscle on muscle. And as after he walks up the steps,
A whole foot taller than me.
yeah, and like Thaddeus is sitting at the table with this giant boar head. Well, that's Jotner. You know what Jotner is?
In the giant Jotner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
he's
Those
the
things
he's the one I
nice.
told you about. I sent him, and I wonder where the other ones are, to take care of those people being attacked down south. It seems it wasn't anything strange.
It was
Just a boar.
forehead.
But he had his
Where was he when we needed?
and if you look at the carcass, it had one like chop, but it definitely its eye was like busted in probably from a fist, and the rest of the head was like ripped off.
Nice.
And then there's an individual with a top hat walking in, very long, straight black hair, very stoic. You're guessing it was that individual that he was talking about that was the sharpshooter. So he's got a rifle on his back. He takes that off. He opens the chamber, makes sure, and he just kind of doesn't look at any of you guys, just kind of walks. And then there's a woman with, once again, they all seem to have their weapons wrapped to make it this woman with like shorter black hair, most likely from the Orient somewhere, walks up to Thaddeus, kind of looks over his shoulder for a second, then just kind of walks off. He's like, okay.
Well, anyway, glad to meet you.
Yeah. And And then he does, where are the other two? And all you hear is ostentatious. So the other two guys are just straight up the honest.
Nice. Good for them.
I'm working on my ghoul baby.
Okay, what are you doing?
I mean,
So yeah.
trying to do the plan I've always had. If I can
Okay.
make it. But I
So-
think dissection first, just to look.
Okay, so
So it's gonna be like a freaking stuff.
If you come in here, it's
yeah, okay, so roll a science.
Where it's vulnerable, so in the future we can,
I'm taking pictures of like innards and everything.
Okay, so this is
Wait.
because then we'll know where to hit next meeting.
so now you're taking pictures, and so what Thaddeus is doing is like when you're doing this, is he's actually sketching things out,
Okay.
and he's yeah. Who?
She didn't realize Tulak was 6'2" and muscly. That's why when that
Two
was picking that place.
What was that?
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, with that, you're finding out like the placement of things is a little off. This one seems to have, it actually has like 2 hearts. They're not as large as usual, and they're actually kind of offset. And the rib cage actually kind of seems to go down further,
Okay.
but it moves and articulates as it's like almost like a protective.
I like it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then with it, there's actually 2 bones here.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, like where the humerus.
Yes. So, and the femur itself, like wherever there's, it's
So it'd be like 2 bones, 2 bones.
and it seems to be set in such a way that it actually is like kind of like a backup.
Okay.
Like they're made for like world of pure and utter chaos.
Nice.
So,
Built different.
and then like as you're, the musculature itself, the muscle fibers are very dense. It's a lot more in tune with like a feline.
Okay.
So,
very cool.
and also the bite, you definitely know more about the bite than anybody else, but it definitely hurts.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of like the structure of like maybe a pit bull, like that. But it doesn't have the locking tendency.
Okay.
And then the eyes, there's something very different about the eyes. You definitely know that they can see at night.
Cool.
Very
It's got that like shine. Cool.
lots of counts.
There you go.
That was actually a really like it's very educated comment. I didn't expect that from you.
The head's off the
Eyes. I know you're smart, but you think lots of cones.
the head's off the body, right?
Yes,
I
and
think I have that flavor.
you have it in a jar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not curious.
Okay. Now the thing is this is
Eating
this
the
is
difference.
yeah this is Arizona.
Mhm.
It's hot. You got this is like the next day, so you've got to kind of decide what you want to do. Do you want to
Do what you're gonna do. Or...
yeah.
I want to do what I'm gonna do. If it fails, then just try to get it.
Just like I'll just do it again.
Okay. So if I could have you roll a craft first.
Where's the craft? Not bad. How many successes do I need for this?
You need 2.
Okay, can I do?
Sure.
The door is huge.
Not Jack Reacher, but
What the? Jack Reacher's supposed to be 6'5".
have you seen the TV show?
Most of it.
Wait. I had a 1, a 13. That's 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, so you have momentum. Okay, so you actually have the beginning. The reason I say craft is because you're literally recrafting.
Mhm.
You already know science-wise. So you're got the beginnings parts of it. So you kind of are pumping fluids through it to make sure, and by doing so, you're kind of keeping it cooler.
Mhm.
So you've got like a
System.
yeah, and so you've got a whole bunch of copper tubes
Cool.
that kind of so you're beginning the process. You're not going to be done with this by the time you have to go on your next mission, but you
Yeah.
preserving it in a way. The blood itself, of course, has been coagulated, so you're actually putting something else through its
Okay.
bloodstream.
You should build like a mask or something for it, like something
Like a
hat.
I want to do like I want to do like a mask and then just for looks or something like little Tesla coils coming out of its back and then it'd be like next to me like
Yeah,
Well, we have to see if
If it obeys me first.
he talks like Bane. He's got a mask. This is my
Okay, so what's so you actually can set up that night.
I want to go to the boxing match.
Oh, I do too.
That was the main thing.
I'm taking a break until I do that.
But
Well, what else is there to do in the town? There's like,
There's not a whole bunch. Like this town was like dying, and he found that hotel, and he decided to reroute his railroad because he's like, this is a pretty good location. It's kind of off track purposely, and so he can kind of
Mhm.
make his own town. So
okay, I'm gonna take him and I'm gonna be like picking flowers, and he's just gonna be like following me and like holding stuff that I'm picking
Okay.
and stuff.
okay, all right,
Like, I'm like, here, hold this.
Okay.
poor guys, like,
Wait, as he's
he actually appreciates someone treating him like that.
okay,
So
cute.
that's on the way to the boxing match. Are you guys like? What are you guys going to? Are you just?
This is just different
Yeah.
parts.
Oh.
of it. So,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm just.
Okay.
I'm still up. Go.
I want to fight somebody in the, or maybe several somebodies.
Okay, so we can skip to the, and so your meal, of course, was splendid and stuff, and this is where you could probably talk about Kent with him.
perfect.
And he's very interested, and then he just kind of jots down some notes, and he's going to start looking possibly into it. But the only thing that kind of came to mind for him was kind of like a spirit guide, but this is something else. So the boxing match has been pretty much set up. They do have like an area to break horses.
And yeah, us.
Yeah, so that's what it is. So it's
And
like
corner
it's like a dirt pit.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so you've got a whole bunch of cowpokes that seem to have been coming in to like enjoy this. I am keeping an eye on the time. So
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I just got a message. That's all.
and you
rowdy.
is rowdy. And I actually have a fighting pit sounds and stuff, but it wasn't working all that great.
Okay.
So the beginning fights are just like cowboys fighting, and then
People jump in.
Yep.
each other. The good old like.
but the
routine for
yep, and you're like, well, okay, this is kind of enjoyable, and then
Take off my shirt, take off my belt.
no, you just join into that.
No, I'm gonna wait and see if there's a structure, because if there's a structure, I want to compete to win something.
Oh, there's gonna be a structure because Jotner's there for a reason.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, but the thing is, he doesn't fight one-on-one anymore.
Oh my god.
Interesting. What does that mean?
He's gonna fight all of them.
He fights a group of people.
Big dude.
Incredible. Okay.
That's how he got. If you recall, that's how he got into the service of Thaddeus. He beat 7 guys for a keg of beer.
This is the same. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that part. But
Yeah, and he already doesn't have his shirt on. He just
shows up ready.
then you're looking at him like he's got extreme Norse tattoos on him, but it's like, but a lot of it is like weird scarring too. And then that bandage he's taken off, it definitely looks like a boar bit him in the arm. He's
so cool.
he looks at it and he just like,
So cool.
he's a big.
I'm gonna
bull.
watch him fight the first round just because I want to see who.
Oh, there's just one round when he fights. Yeah. And if you want to talk to Thaddeus about it, or actually talk to Jotner, you can. And then also you see Jeremiah. He came out and he's getting ready too.
Oh, nice. This is so cool.
But Jeremiah he's wearing these pants that don't go fully to his feet, and he's barefoot.
Okay.
And but he's kind of has like something over him at the moment, but you can definitely tell that he's ready to play.
Very cool. I wouldn't say anything to Yatnar while he's fighting.
Well, they're not fighting; they're watching. He's just kind of
Getting warmed up.
yeah.
Well, as a fighter to another fighter, I'm not gonna interrupt his pre-round thing, but I'm gonna watch.
Okay.
And I might, if they're not in intimate conversation, I'll go over there and ask him, tell me more about Jotnar.
Jotnar? All right. Well,
Okay.
he made a rule because he accidentally killed a few people that he doesn't fight one-on-one anymore.
A few people.
Yeah, he one punched and broke the guy's neck a few times.
Few times. All right.
His fist is like this big.
No, it's not, but it's still like, okay, repeat this error more than once to go, this is a bad idea.
He's not the brightest thing.
Oh, he just and then he actually he brought a drinking horn. It's like engraved in like crack. Looks like it's been wrapped up with like rawhide to fix it. And Jeremiah's like sitting next to him and they're chatting.
Oh,
And it's a really interesting, like Jeremiah's countenance is like different, like just the way he is, because it's fighter to fighter compared
yeah.
to everything else. And Lily's definitely there. And she's like, she was all happy, so then she saw you and just was like on your arm.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Track you down.
I think I'm prep for the fight, so I'm gonna go talk to.
Oh yeah, correct.
She reached. No, I picture a short girl.
Yeah, she's short, but she finds a way to actually like stand up and help. Yeah.
Right?
She likes like the who just kind of like it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if he could go talk to
Move to the left.
Jotner, is that what it is? Jotner? Yeah, he's definitely going to, because he could walk over there to Jotner and Jeremiah.
Okay, he's finishes that off and he's just like spilling past his beard. I do not need to do. I already do stuff with Jeremiah. I don't need to be doing it with Jotner too. Okay, so he's like, we work with Thaddeus too.
I do. Yeah. How long have you worked with Thaddeus?
Since he hired me.
How long is this
Mark.
round gonna take you?
Till they're all down.
Okay. How's your arm?
Hurts.
Did you clean it?
Put dirt on it.
And that'll work. All right. Well, I'll let you know. Looks like I'm gonna just drag it on. It's not his personality.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like, all right. Well,
And Jeremiah is straight up.
nice to meet you.
I wish I could say this.
Yeah. She walks back. Sucks. Just walks away. Go back towards that and see it.
Okay, so the way that things are kind of set up, Jeremiah and Jotner are definitely kind of well-known fighters, so they're kind of more main event stuff. So if you wanted to set up something, you totally could.
If you want to fight, you better
wanna
fight.
fight Jotner.
Well, I don't know if I want to
Stone.
in there, but I want to fight him, but I don't think it's a good idea yet.
I don't think Jeremiah either, probably.
But I want to learn more about Jeremiah, so if I find him, I don't have a choice but to learn more about him, I feel.
What's your butt?
Well, we're not fighting to the death, but I'm not
Hello?
sure.
Jotner wasn't fighting to the death either. He killed him. You do you. I know medicine.
Okay, so you're seeing a whole bunch of guys that necessarily don't know how to fight, but are fighting, and then you see guys with like just mustaches, like comb back hair, they pick their shirts.
They're really, yeah.
And so,
Thaddeus, who I can fight, put me in a round,
okay,
give me a warm up fight.
Jotner. You actually go up against he's kind of like a rope in hand.
Okay.
He really doesn't have wrists because he's kind of Popeye-ish.
Yeah, okay.
Younger guy, he's got scars, and he's kind of excited. You can definitely tell he's excited to throw down.
Cool. Okay.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're not gonna actually play this through because that would take a long time. So we're gonna do this like gambling.
Great.
So just the d6s.
Okay.
But what is your damage?
For my hands,
No, here for your melee bonus.
my melee bonus is +2.
So that's what you get to roll.
Just 2 dice?
Yeah.
2 of the d6s, right?
2d6.
3 and a 6.
3 and a 6. Okay.
I think that's 1 success.
You didn't do very good in this fight. So no,
Yeah,
okay.
rocked.
So with gambling, ones and a twos, those mean something. The effects don't mean anything unless you were cheating.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 except for the cheats. I
No, but it's kind of
see.
like going toe to toe. Now, just with that made it quicker.
Okay.
And if you guys want to be, um,
For Lily.
if you're on,
What are you into Lily or not?
yes, let's discuss it later.
T-Mac doesn't know you. Give him some time to think.
Okay, so like it was really like it wasn't
Go in for Lily.
so like
I don't like her.
you were really like kind of confused during it because like he really didn't know what he was doing. So like neither of you, they're just like they kind of cut it early. So but Lily like totally like jumped at you like checking you over and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Okay.
a broken nose.
Yeah. And then Jeremiah actually jumps in
Mm-hmm.
and you see his back is covered in scars. And he actually does the guy jabs, he grabs the hand, turns, smiles, and just KOs him. just with
Just
a drop.
real quick.
Because the guy was like
It's like, oh,
Dang.
Mickey,
You wanted to do something cool like that.
straight up Mickey from Snitch. Snatch. Yeah. And he's just like then he comes over.
Like, and then everybody starts cheering. They're just like real quiet. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it's just
Yep.
no. I think it's expected. It's like,
It's always the people from the town that challenge Jeremiah.
he's rooting for the like winner to lose because that's what they're trying to see at that point.
So that's kind of and like money's changing hands, like people are betting on different people, and like, yeah. So
Dang, I wanted to win fight so bad.
I
Oh well.
mean, you can try to fight again. You don't have to
you want
fight.
to go again
Let's try again.
with your two? Do you want to be going against someone that is a little more comparable or no?
I think it should be comparable. I feel like it would
After
be
getting
rude to piss out. Or piss.
All right. So if these are ones or twos,
Uh-huh.
something will happen. If yours are ones or twos, something will happen. You roll that for me. Roll it together.
Please. Okay. I got 2 ones, and then a 1 on yours. 3.
So okay.
So I got 1 successes and I
Okay,
got
so
1.
wait, you put on a pretty good show. You definitely whooped the guy.
Yes.
You did not like destroy him because he just kind of like batted out.
Okay.
Because he got the effect. I'm gonna kind of say like he was a kind of he knows when he was elected.
Okay.
Yeah, and then but because you won, Lily is super excited.
Nice.
Yep. Yep. So she's not letting go of you. Yeah.
No, I move her out of the way and I start massaging. I've got a towel. I'm like,
Now,
Let you do like
okay, now if you're honestly doing that, then Lily's going to try to one up you now.
Ooh,
Yeah, so it's like yeah.
be awful if someone rubbed my feet.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
so this is a sweaty towel.
So then this is like the main event. So there's a bunch of guys.
Okay.
They're all pretty big. Like they were brought in.
these were hired to get in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like sure.
No, it's like they're like a kind of like
This is what they do.
like a fighting group.
Mhm.
Okay.
Jotner goes in. And there's 5 of these guys. 2 guys go in trying to go towards his legs, and he drops down on one knee and double slams on top of them like that. So, like a few 100 pounds on their back, and there's dust flies up. The other guys are going like this, and you hear a big haymaker. One guy flies and slams into the wall. The other guy goes up in the air, and he gets caught by the legs, and then kind of laid down.
Do some ones.
And they just, oh, I just kind of want to
Clap it.
Yeah.
Clapping tears in my eyes.
All right.
Now they just kind of the main guy that was taking the money. You see this big massive hand go towards him that has a little bit of blood and dust on it. Oh god! Yeah.
Yotner does not have the tip in this town.
And so like Thaddeus, yeah, and Thaddeus was like, "Did you enjoy the this would have taken the whole night." Oh, so Thaddeus-
Like,
And but earlier on that that younger lady actually did fight as well. I forgot about her. So
Oh, okay.
oh, there was a lady that
With the Orient one?
Did
yeah, she
you do it?
yeah, it was terrifying. She just kind of like
Like-
kept dodging,
cried.
like and like her hands were just kind of like in her dodging, and then just sidestepped and like kicked him like kind of in the neck. Yeah.
I think as Jotner is coming off, I offer him some of my special homebrew. German homebrew.
Oh, do you have schnapps?
Like the good stuff.
The-
I tell him good fight.
You like-
That was a good fight.
Just he grins at you and he drinks way more than
I
you.
take it.
He's like he like slowly drips from the beard.
I turn back to him and go, sweet.
So
I'm gonna tag you in if he ever tries to pop it up. Just kidding, we have to tag teams.
I was just saying, we have a lot of firepower, but.
That's what we need to click on.
so okay, were you actually kind of like your price looking when he was walking in? You can definitely tell he's been peppered by buckshot. He's had a rifle possibly go through down in his abdomen, but some of the markings that were cut into him look similar, but not the same as what were cut into a certain sheriff you recently saw.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Talk about the one that's cut off.
Close. Hustle.
Yeah,
I like it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cool. That sucks for him if it is what I think it is, but that's so intriguing.
Yeah, and then Jeremiah, like those were whip scars. in fact.
Yeah, I
I
figured.
figured
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah, but they weren't. You could definitely tell his knuckles are scarred for a reason, and his elbows. So, and he goes to the girls from the Austin Theaters just were all excited. And,
Yeah. That's
Lily didn't care about her. Lily didn't care about him at all.
so interesting.
Yes.
You're like,
Sulak's like, okay.
It's so
It's nice to be liked by somebody.
Yeah.
ouch.
And so
Pretty poor, at least at the game of the state.
so Thaddeus is like would want to like walk with you and stuff because like it would actually be
Probably late because
it's almost a full moon, so it'd be pretty light out. So because it was a new moon when the Goulet attack happened.
Sulak, walk back to the hotel and say goodnight to Lily. Thanks for walking with me back.
Wait, you
walked her back?
wait a second.
Did you walk her back? Or did you walk you?
She walked
You
you
back.
back.
God. Never mind, we just followed traffic.
there's a big there's
There's a big difference. between
Yes.
those.
yes.
Well, I guess it depends. Is the festivities done? Is everybody going home?
Well, after Jotner beat the tar out of 5 guys,
Yes, that's kind of what I think. That's what I assume.
Oh,
But I guess I'm gonna see what he's doing for the rest of the night. If he's doing, I would probably go out with him and Lily, but otherwise I'm gonna go home and.
Do you know about Hansel,
oh god.
I don't know about him.
my little boy?
Yeah, Lily, would you like to go meet Hansel?
Trust me, you do not know how to meet him.
I was like, we're gonna have to have a really good backstory piece.
well,
But Lily doesn't want to meet
if you get another one,
with you and look at him.
if you get another one, you should get it right.
Hansel and Grundle.
I think it would be, Tulak, I think it would be very kind. She looks very tired if you would walk her back to her room.
Then I'll show you.
It would be a very gentleman's thing to do. And you can come meet Hansel. He's very not talkative lately.
He's past his
I,
break.
I'm just gonna get shit.
She's trying to lead you.
I would. Oh God, dang it.
You did me right. He's right. Singing 6 minutes right.
It's like
Thaddeus and Jade are just like,
Tulak's like
Yes.
like
mad. So Tulak's like embarrasses August. Walks her back to her room, but he doesn't go inside the building. He doesn't enter the doorway.
Because she actually lives above the tailor shop establishment.
Okay.
She like pulls you in and like starts pointing out stuff and like, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
This is really neat. I'm gonna go meet Hansel.
And she's pulling you, and she attacks you pretty much.
I knew it was gonna be.
Yep.
Going.
I'm looking out the window of my room with this banana. If you see me, I go.
Yeah, so you're like aggressive. Someone trying to aggressively French kiss you. Yep. Okay. And and
Not enough to hurt her, but enough to like
she
a couple of feet probably.
and then she like giggles and then skips back up to her room.
No, I'm gonna walk out. Look, did you see that?
The room still.
I'm like, and then I'm gonna walk back over and
All right.
stop it. Hansel, I guess.
I guess he sees Hansel.
Yep. And then
Moved up in it.
well, you definitely see like even him trying to wipe like there's marks on him.
Mad, like
Yeah.
Literally, just
you like the head of your shit inside.
up.
it's okay. I'm a father now. I know what I'm doing.
I love. He's like, I'm a dad now.
She's a little boy, and he's just like.
Then like the third is like
I mean, you watched him die.
yeah. I like yeah.
I would talk
He kind of beats me.
I would talk to Thaddeus about him, just like that ghoul.
Oh, okay.
My son.
It's the TikTok.
I like that was I've never seen him move that fast. I'm like, how'd you do that? I don't know.
Well, and he's like you even in the lighting, you can tell that he's kind of like blushing because it's Jay talking to him
Yeah, it's
about it. So
impressive with that sword. And he's like,
Thanks.
Yes, the sword has pocket. See, look.
so he just explains that he practiced a whole bunch, and so just to always be prepared. So. And the last situation where you handled that, took care of that guy, he was not able to do anything about it because how far things. The individual was definitely like 8 to 10 feet away.
Oh, we're talking about in the.
what do you got?
Just when he got shot.
Oh yeah, when I killed him. Yeah, when I
Yeah,
killed everybody.
when he killed the first guy.
That was my first confirmed kill.
First in game.
Stuff in his pockets, and the sheriff was like,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the body.
Yeah, and they're like,
yeah, he was still.
like you've seen him from a distance, but it's a distance. He's like,
Yeah.
you guys.
He didn't even go to the fight tonight. He's like
He was at the fight, but like he was
on the opposite end of the ring from.
and you're definitely telling that Thaddeus's group has been growing, and it's making some people like you're thinking maybe the town's whole dynamic has totally changed, and people are like having to make the decision: do I want to stay here? Yeah,
It might be safer, but it also might be more dangerous.
yeah,
I don't want to see what happens.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm like, oh, it's
yes. So after you see his new son, you, yeah,
Okay. After that, I'm probably gonna go. My mind would be racing way too much to go to sleep after that girl tried to kiss me. So to like after seeing his wonderful, beautiful child,
You're haunted by what you saw in his room, and you're haunted by things
so
in
we're
there.
gonna go for a walk around the town.
All right. So as you're walking, like the
Hopefully she's in bed for the night.
yeah,
Yeah, she's like, who are you going to?
She opens the window. And you're like, no.
For a support beam, so the building just collapses. I love this.
so you kind of start encircling the town itself, like because you're hearing but it's inside your head.
I knew this night was gonna get worse. I'm gonna just kind of stand. Yeah, I'm gonna stop moving. And kind of
You feel heat and cold on your side,
from the X for
Yep.
sure.
and it's like
And nobody knows about that except
him.
Mm-hmm.
you should tell Lily about it.
Oh God.
You got a talking voice in your weapon?
She'll find out somehow. She'll find out.
So let's just gonna walk really quickly back to the saloon, back to the hotel,
It's a quick.
Yeah. Okay.
and then I'm gonna set the axe on my nightstand, and I'm gonna settle down inside of the room.
Are you gonna try to sleep?
Not yet. Maybe in a few. Actually, is anything going on? Would he sleep? He would wait for probably about an hour. He could just see what happens, and then he would sleep.
Okay. Well, the beginning of your dream is definitely filled with Lily. So,
It's very PG. Promise.
yep. And you just like the awkwardness, like it's almost like you're remembering like the touches and stuff. You're like what are you feeling about that? But then you start hearing that heavy breathing. Then everything
She's in his room watching him sleep.
then everything goes black, and like black and red smoke or flame is kind of around you as you're walking in this expanse, and then the clouds above you are like blood red, and it starts to rain, and the rain itself looks like it, and it's acting like blood. And then you see your dad basking in it, but he's not dressed like you're used to. He's young, and his clothes are like it's like poofy pants and really ruffled
MC Hammer.
shoulders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See hammer pants.
Wow.
But he's holding
Way of
the axe.
You made that stuff. Mr. Hammer?
But it's like a different.
He's just holding it like basking in the blood, right?
Yep, and as it's raining down, and then he looks at you, and his eyes are like almost like the ghoul eyes reflected the light,
Mm.
with a pretty maniacal grin on his face. And then then it kind of shifts, and you just see a large expanse of just darkness, and you feel like you're swimming in the cold ocean,
Okay.
but the sticky feeling of blood at the same time.
Mm.
And then you hear free me or gifts.
Mm.
So that's your dream.
Cool.
I'm not gonna hit snooze. Next morning when I get right at me.
Oh yeah, we didn't. You just kind of walked with that.
Yeah.
Did you walk into his room or did he walk you to your room?
Oh, he definitely has her.
Hey.
Wait a minute. I'm not a party. I'm not agreeing. With one glove on my real hand.
Yep.
face is all bloody, and I'm just peeking out the doors.
Oh my god.
Sets the movie. Yes.
My son is sleeping.
I come up. I do not come to the heroes.
He does not know how hard it was to get a beat.
Me remember.
So,
So, did you kiss Thaddeus?
I don't know what's going on.
What you mean never know? Find that out right now.
You smacked because you got a text.
I know.
Yeah.
I think she'll take no for an answer.
Sure, she was like a dementor back there. Suck the sun.
Either way, Jade would have drawn Thaddeus with the flowers that she handed to him,
Yeah.
and he would have that, like,
okay.
little envelope.
Okay.
for
All right.
next day.
Okay, cool. Because all right, cool. That'll just be the end of that.
That'll be the end of that.
Because he
Wild session.
then he of course like kisses your hand, stuff like that. So. So the next phase that other group you didn't see you heard a ruckus of those other two. You kind of see them from a distance. Guys, one of them has like a really big mustache, and the other guy has kind of like a slightly well-kept beard, but they're always at the ostentatious. And it looks like, and they came to Thaddeus just to get paid so they could go back to the ostentatious.
Mm.
And Jotner pretty much just stays in his room, and you notice that Winslow has to bring a lot of food on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah.
And that the sharpshooter pretty much just stays in his room. You
Takes apart, cleans, put it back together. His weapons and all.
he's just and then that young lady, she came down one time, but otherwise they kind of stay to themselves, except when Thaddeus kind of brought the groups all together, and you're like seeing everybody, like you got a super tall guy and a really little girl, and so you kind of hear the briefing of what their job was. There was people almost looked like they were ripped to bits by a monster. That's what people were thinking. That's why Thaddeus was, he sent a group there, and it just turned out to be like a 900-pound boar. So the sucker was huge, but it had a whole bunch of other ones with it, and they were just attacking people pretty intelligently, which pigs can. And John was super ticked off that it turned out to be pigs. Like, I wanted to fight better.
Us, the more vicious.
Yeah. He just keeps looking at its arm, and then you're realizing he's got a whole bunch of tusks. Like he killed a whole bunch of tusks out, and he just got some.
Test necklace.
Oh, he just tosses it at that. Oh god. Yeah.
You can have it back.
Um.
For your science.
And so then the talk goes to that Frederick is off. He'll be back, and then that a little bit more about Jeremiah. Jeremiah, he's kind of like kind of like a subcontractor would be the best, underneath this other guy that sells and obscure things. Oddities and curiosities is his slogan in his business. And as of such, to actually hire Jeremiah from him, your next thing is just to kind of bring things to him and actually do a job for him. So, and
The Jeremiah.
no, to Jeremiah's employer.
Oh, okay.
It's his past employer. And it's going to be that painting and that musket pistol.
Which painting?
The painting that looked at you.
Oh, very cool.
Yep. So whenever Frederick gets back, that's kind of what and then whatever he kind of has set up, that'll be kind of what you guys will be doing. And then the other group is like they're getting told about something on the East Coast.
It's a long damn.
Yep. Something about like people seeing like a weird Jersey Devil thing.
That's cool.
Is there anything else anybody's wanting to?
Is there any way to communicate with Frederick, or we just have to wait till he gets back?
What
Well,
would you communicate with them?
Well, I don't know if he was with the Telegram or
The
something.
gorilla.
I just want to see how his trip's going.
Okay.
How are you?
just remember it's like 5 cents a stop word.
It's fine. Tulak is very conservative with his money, so this he has ability to do that.
Until he starts buying stuff for Lily.
Yeah, if like a huge you were actually one of the they say.
You killed the person who was harassing you. Like,
So you could. Thaddeus is like, well, I'll do my best to. I can do my best to get a hold of him and actually see that information. Awesome. And then he. So then the next few nights, everyone can be, having fun at the ostentatious or whatever. Jade, you've been having kind of reoccurring dreams of the different dates because you're just kind of like thoughts of that. But then then during one of them, Kent pops in and is like barking in your face, like trying to get your attention, and you just wake up and there's a hand over your mouth. And we'll see you guys next time.
Oh, it's me. It's my son. Zoken. I'm so. I can't wait for Jeff to come back.
Lily.
It's gonna be like,
Well, yeah. Well, the next, what I'm gonna do for those watching is I'm gonna try to do my best to do a one-on-one session with Jeff about what he's doing there, and then we'll kind of have a follow-up where everyone gets together.
Very cool.
this is my son, Jeff.
Oh gosh.
I cannot wait for Jeff to get